Okay, I'm Tomaž. I'm usually working more on LibreOffice core than Collabora Online, but I'm also working. Sometimes I have to work also to implement some features in Collabora Online. And today I want to present a new functionality that I implemented for LibreOffice core that is also available to the in Collabora Online. And this is Sparklines, and the next feature is then chart data tables. This was sponsored by NGI for the European Union, and these are now Sparklines as they are in Calc, so how they look when they are inside the document. And see, I've made a screenshot from Collabora Online and also one for inside LibreOffice. So what are now the Sparklines? Sparklines are like these mini charts that are displayed inside the cells. These are just generally used to visualize the data. They're drawn inside the cells as background, but you can still or you can still override the content of the cells if you wish, but usually then you cannot see the Sparklines. There are three types of it. You have like a line type, column type, and this stack type. I don't think I need to explain line and column. You can see what they do. It just displays the input data. Maybe a little bit unusual is the stack type, which just shows if it's positive or the negative number. So we have for Sparklines, there are Sparklines groups, which are usually we usually want to group them together. So what they do is share how they are displayed, but they each have individual input data. So this is very useful if you have a lot of like matrix style data and you just want to grab and fill, and it will automatically just copy the Sparklines. And all will be inside the same group. So each Sparkline group has a properties, and this is the easiest to see inside the dialog for the Sparkline group. So we have like, you can change the color of the series, like either this is in column, this would be the column bar color or the line color. Then we have you can enable various points. For example, if you want to visualize which is the negative point, you can enable this, and for the negative points, it will show a marker with this color. And then also there are various different ones, like a high point, low point, and just normal marker, and then either you can also choose the first one and the last one, and the marker will be shown inside the Sparkline. Then there are of course on the top here you can choose which type of the Sparkline is it, either it's column, line, or the stacked. Then you can choose the line width, which is mostly applicable for the line type. And then you can choose what happens with an empty cell. If there is an empty cell, you can choose that it is a gap, or it can treat empty cell as a zero. And I think there is this one more. Yes, the span, and it will just span over it. If you play with this a little bit, you can see what's the point. Then you can display the hidden you can choose that the whole Sparklines right to left to right, and then also you can choose to display the axis, x-axis, and what happens with x-axis minimums and maximums. You can either, it's automatically chosen or for one individual Sparkline, okay, you can choose it for the whole group, or you can manually set what is the minimum or maximum. So in Collabora Online, we also have context menu, and Sparklines also inside this main menu. And for each Sparkline, you can choose either like this is to edit it, or you can delete it, just one. You can also delete the whole group at the same time, edit the group. And you can edit one Sparkline. What Sparkline means that you choose that not the whole input data is chosen, but you can say, okay, this is a different one, or you can just exclude some input data. And it will behave a little bit different, but still it will be displayed as the whole group. And then you have to group the Sparklines, so you can choose to group it, particular Sparklines that are individual, or to ungroup it. One thing I think I didn't mention is that one Sparkline also has all the time one group. It has to be associated with group. So even if it's individual, it will have a group. In the context menu, it's pretty much the same choices as in the main menu, so I just showed it how this is presented. Okay, the next feature that I implemented, this is then the chart data tables. The chart data tables are like the data tables for a chart, and what it is it displays the values that are used to visualize the chart. So as you can see here, this is the input data, and it's more or less the same, but it shows exactly for this row, this data is used. And our especially about this is that the x-axis, in some chart types, the data table replaces the x-axis labels, but for some other, like in this one, it doesn't, because the y-axis has these main labels. So this row is actually this one here, and you cannot display it here. It will be strange, so that it shows it at the bottom. This is yes. The data table is automatically positioned in the x-axis, so you cannot choose to move it into another place. It's always on the x-axis. And this is mainly for the compatibility of OXML. This is Microsoft Formats has this implemented, and it's very useful. The data table properties are, so if you are insert a data table, you have like various properties available. First is, of course, if you want to show the data table or not show the data table, and then the data table properties, which are either show the horizontal border, the vertical border, outline, and keys. These are specific to the data table, and best is to show here. What they mean is, so horizontal border is this border here inside the data table. So either show this or not show this. So the vertical border is the same. So in this one, it doesn't have a horizontal border, but it has vertical borders. The outline is around the data table. So this one has outline enabled, but these two don't have the outline enabled. And keys is like more or less legend keys. The same keys, the same symbols that are also present in the legend. So you can see here, if this is the legend keys, this is the legend, so you can see this is the same keys. Maybe this redundant here, but I choose this so that I can show it. And in this one, you can see that there is no keys added. There are also other properties. These properties are mostly reused because these are already present. For example, these are line properties where you choose how the line of the data table will be present, and you have choices for the field properties, where you choose I think that how the text is filled around the background, and the text properties, where you choose what the text is, and this is mostly what you can change, and this is my talk. Thanks.